So my name is Phil Marais. I am head of DCs for Africa and Brazil for the Cotton Group. Cotton Group is an apparel lifestyle brand and we run operations all around the world. I've been working with them throughout my career at Cotton. I've been with them for 8 years, so it's been a long journey that has taken us through many different challenges and solutions. So we were a paper-based organization before WMS, and whilst I wasn't at Cotton during that time, sort of the evolution of DCs and how they go through from a paper-based environment into WMS is always exciting. It's always challenging because you've got people who've done things in a certain way, but having that increased control, having teams with you who you can track and help be more efficient is always going to be beneficial to everybody. It's just that change management to get them there. We've also recently built a new facility and used the Supply Chain Junction and Manhattan teams in order to design, scope, spec, build the parameters to which we implemented our solve for. So it's been a really good journey. So maybe I can speak about our most recent work with SCJ and Manhattan, where we designed a facility and then moved into it. I remember, I don't know why, but us sitting on a roll, you know, those rolls of cable. We were all sitting on that discussing how we were going to figure out slotting in our facility and sort of kicking the tires as to what were we looking for, what didn't we want to use, what was the functionality, and coming to a really good solve for our business based on what the parameters of what WMS was able to offer us. Yeah, so we've built, I think it is 5 DCs, or will be 5 after June. South Africa was the first warehouse to be scoped and spec'd and implemented. There was certainly a lot of duplication or replication of the work that the Supply Chain Junction team did here that we were then able to use with them in the other implementations of WMS. You know, learning the benefits and things that we didn't do well and using those to the next implementation's advantage was critical to the success of the other moves. I found our discussions very collaborative. So it wasn't, hey, this is what we must do. It was, let me understand your business. Here's a couple of options. Which one do you think and sort of correcting the conversation so that it flowed into a solve that would work to get the most out of the WMS that we're implementing, as well as what the customer's needs were. It's always been about the SCJ guys really helping us with best practice. Us going, this is our business model or how we do it today. And seeing if there were opportunities to work towards best practice or whether we needed for our business to stay how we were and how they'd facilitate that in our environment. One big metric for us at Cotton is safety. So we've just gone through 365 days LTI-free, so lost time injury free, which is a huge metric for us. It means we've let every single person who's come into our site as a full-time employee go home safely every single day for the last year. And then in addition to that, if that's not cool enough, then we were able to deliver between 10 and 15% productivity increases to our site just from engineering change throughout the facility, making sure pick paths were efficient and understanding how best to get what our business needed and helping our people and equip them to deal with that demand effectively. Just on WMS Active. So that's a really exciting future thing to come. Not having to upgrade is always exciting for us in DC world because an upgrade does mean interruption, it does mean increased risk to my business. And obviously the changes and the functionality increases that Active offers versus the current version we're on now are really exciting. So one, the service level from Manhattan is wonderful. So when you're needing that depth of technical skill and you aren't able to provide that, you know, in your environment, to have someone on the phone or wherever that person is to be able to provide that skill is really advantageous. I felt that the learnings that my team have learned going through this in-depth work has deepened their knowledge. So they're able to often provide that first line of defense or first line of help. And then always there's someone on the end of the phone or end of the computer to help with anything further than that. So that sort of balance of what information are we able to do ourselves versus, cool, that's a bit too deep for me and let's get whoever it is on the line to help with that has been a really nice sort of balance. The knowledge build from my team has been important as well because you don't want to be calling someone in a call center or across the pond for something that's relatively simple. It equips these guys to have more confidence in their knowledge and then be able to go deeper with the technical guys. We all have blind spots. We don't know what you don't know. So don't be scared to ask the question. Get people around you who know well those buckets of work that you're asking or that you're inquisitive about. Be like a sponge and pick up everything you can, and when you need to have that level of detail that requires you to put your head on the block, to stand behind an opinion, make sure that you've done the due diligence and ask the person who knows best about it and form your own opinion from that.